So you're thinking of moving to Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Overland Park, Kansas. But you want to know the pros and the cons, the good and the bad, before moving to Overland Park. Well, listen, I'm at the museum at Prairie Fire here in Overland Park. It's a great backdrop for pictures and videos. Lots of people like to come here, but you also going to get some great information inside about T-Rex and Velociraptor. And so you can learn a lot of history about Kansas. So it's definitely a great place to bring your kids. But isn't this a cool backdrop where you can take pictures? It's one of the most Instagram picture worthy places in the city. So let's talk about this video today. This is what we're going to talk about today. Really is about Kansas City and Overland Park and why it's one of the best places to live and raise a family, not only in Kansas, but in the entire country. It's one of the best cities for jobs, one of the best places to buy a house, in all of America. This also gives Overland Park, Kansas, many great pros, but you'll also want to stick around until the very end because there may be some cons that you need to be aware of as well. And we're going to get after it right now. If this is your first time on our channel and you want to know everything there is about living in Overland Park, Kansas, then make sure that you subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so that you can be the first to know about the current market here in Kansas City. Hello, once again, my name is Jimmy Zell. My wife Nikki and I get phone calls and messages every single day from people just like you and you and you. And so whether you're looking to move in 7 days or 7 months, make sure you reach out to us. All of our information is in the description box below. We'd love to help you make a smooth move to Overland Park, Kansas, or any of the surrounding areas in Kansas City. And let's get after it right now.
So let's dive into the pros and the cons, the good and the bad of Overland Park, Kansas. Let's start with the cons first. Let's get the negative out of the way. Our first con is suburban sprawl. Now, let's talk about what that really means for living in Overland Park. While this city is well planned out and it offers a lot in terms of amenities and quality of life, it's also part of a much larger suburban sprawl. What does that look like, like in your day-to-day life? Well, for starters, Overland Park is spread out, really spread out. The neighborhoods are expansive, and while that means you get some beautiful, spacious living areas, it also means that getting from one place to another often requires a car. So whether you're heading to the grocery store or taking the kids to school or commuting to go to work, you're likely going to be driving. Now let's face it, that can make the area feel a little less cohesive and more disconnected at times. Public transportation options here are pretty much limited. And so if you're someone who prefers to walk or bike everywhere, you might find it challenging. Most residents rely heavily on their cars, which can add up in terms of both time and money. And speaking of driving, there's a major construction project currently underway, US 69, a $572 million project to add on an express tollway. This is going to be a big change for the area, really aiming to ease some of the traffic congestion. The project is expected to be completed by 2026, with some lanes opening up by the end of 2025. But until then, be prepared for some construction on related delays if you're commuting in that area. So while Overland Park has a lot going on for it, the suburban sprawl and car dependency are definitely things to consider. But don't go anywhere. There's another con coming up that I want to share with you that you definitely want to hear about. Our next con is the cost of living. While Overland Park offers a lot of great amenities and a high quality of life, it comes at a price. Even though the cost of living here is lower than, in many other metropolitan areas, metropolitan suburbs, it's still higher than the Kansas state average. So if you're moving from a smaller town or even from another part of Kansas City, you're going to find out that the prices here are a little bit of a shock. It's definitely a lower cost of living for people that are coming from, the bigger cities or the East Coast or the West Coast. But for others looking to relocate from, other smaller towns, you definitely want to be aware. Let's talk about housing. This is where it really hits. Overland Park is a desirable place to live, and with that desirability comes higher housing prices, especially in the more sought after neighborhoods. If you're looking for a family home with good schools and easy access to amenities, you'll likely be paying a premium for this. This can be a barrier for some families or individuals who might be priced out of the market or have to compromise on some type of the home that they're really wanting or looking for. It's not just housing either. Other costs like groceries, healthcare, and even dining out tend to be on the higher side compared to other parts of Kansas City. So while you're getting a lot in return, like safety, great schools and plenty of parks, you're also paying for it. For some, the higher cost of living might be worth it for the benefits, that Overland Park offers, but it's definitely something to go weigh out if you're considering making, this place your home. But hold on, there's another con to consider before you make your decision, so stay tuned. Our next con is the lack of nightlife in Overland Park. Now, if you're someone who loves a vibrant nightlife scene, with lots of bars, clubs, and late night entertainment options, this might be a bit of a letdown for you. See, Overland Park is a city that's very much focused on family-oriented activities, which is fantastic if that's what you're looking for. But when it comes to nightlife, the options are pretty limited. You won't find the bustling bar scene or the variety of clubs that you might get in a bigger city or even in nearby Kansas City, especially the downtown area. But most of the entertainment here winds down pretty early, and the vibe is much more about like casual dining, catching a movie, going for walks, enjoying all the outdoor activities, or even enjoying just a quiet evening at home. So if you're someone who enjoys hitting the town for a night out, you might find yourself venturing into Kansas City for those late night options. For younger residents or anyone seeking that kind of vibrant, energetic nightlife, Overland Park might feel a bit too quiet. It's something to consider if nightlife, is an important part of your lifestyle, but don't go away just yet. There's another con coming up that you'll want to hear about next. Our next con is weather extremes. Now, if you're considering moving to Overland Park, this is something you'll definitely want to be prepared for. Overland Park experiences all 4 seasons. And while that means you get a nice variety of weather, throughout the year, it also comes with some pretty extreme conditions. Let's start with the summers. They can be hot and muggy with average highs around 87 degrees and lows dipping to about 67 degrees. It's the kind of heat that really sticks with you, especially when that Kansas humidity kicks in. So ladies, be aware of many flat hair days if you're out on humid summer days. Then we move into winter, and things take a chilly turn. Winters here are cold with average highs around 41 degrees and lows dropping to 23 degrees. And yes, you'll see snow about 14 inches on average each year. So if you're not a fan of shoveling snow or dealing with icy roads, that's something to consider as well. We even get into the negative temperatures around here. Those are the days we really crank up the fireplace and stay at home. But it's not just the temperature swings. Overland Park also gets its fair share of rain, around 41 inches annually, with May being the wettest month. And while we do enjoy about 215 sunny days a year, the weather can be pretty unpredictable. And then there's the risk of tornadoes, all right? Being in Kansas, tornadoes are a real concern, especially during the spring and early summer months. For those who aren't used to severe weather, this can be a bit unsettling. So, while Overland Park offers a lot in terms of quality of life, the weather extremes are definitely something to keep in mind. But hold tight, there's one more con to consider before we wrap it up. Our next con is limited diversity. Now, Overland Park is a wonderful place to live for many reasons, right? But when it comes to diversity, the city still has some room to grow. Currently, Overland Park is predominantly a white, affluent suburb. According to the most recent data, about 79% here is white. The next largest groups are Asians, making up about 9%, and those identifying as 2 or more races at 5%. Black or African American residents represent about 4.85%, while other races, including Native American and Native Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, make up a small percentage of the population. While the city is gradually becoming more diverse, this demographic makeup can sometimes lead, to a less inclusive environment, particularly for people of color or those from different cultural backgrounds who are, they're looking for more diverse communities. And so it's something to consider. If being part of a culturally rich and diverse environment is important to you, well, you need to consider that. Now, Overland Park is making strides in the right direction, but it's still a work in progress. The city's schools, businesses, and community events are starting to reflect more of this growing diversity, but it's not quite where some other metropolitan areas are just yet. but it's getting there. So while Overland Park offers a high quality of life, the limited diversity is a factor that potential residents might want to weigh in, especially if inclusivity and cultural diversity are high on your list of priorities. Okay, now that we've covered all the cons, let's move into the pros of living in Overland Park, Kansas. Our first pro is the quality of life here in Overland Park. Now, let me tell you, Overland Park is consistently ranked as one of the best places to live in the entire country. I'm talking top 10, folks. Sometimes 6, sometimes 7th best on the most reputable list out there. Now, why? Well, it's that perfect blend of suburban comfort with just the right amount of urban amenities. You've got everything you could possibly need here. I mean, top-rated schools, which I'll dive into a bit later, beautiful parks and activities that cater to families of all sizes. And whether you're, taking a stroll in the Overland Park Arboretum or catching a, Little League game at one of the local parks, there's something for everyone. What really stands out is the sense of safety, the peace of mind. Overland Park is a well-maintained city with low crime rate, making it an ideal place to really raise a family. The community is incredibly welcoming here, and you really get that neighborhood feel. Plus, with an average medium household of income of $100,000 as of 2022, the standard of living here is pretty impressive. And did I mention, Overland Park is the second largest city in Kansas with over 206,000 residents. That means you get the perks of a large community while still holding on to that small town charm. It's no wonder so many people are flocking here. Stick around, because up next, I'm going to share another reason why Overland Park might just be the perfect place for you. Our next pro is excellent education. And if you've got kids or are planning to start a family, this one is a big deal. Overland Park is home to some of the best public schools in Kansas, and honestly, they rank up there nationally too. Let's talk numbers. First off, you've got the Blue Valley School District. This district is a powerhouse when it comes to academic results. We're talking graduation rates that consistently hit 95% or higher, with some schools even boasting a 100% graduation rate year after year. And when it comes to college readiness, Blue Valley students are knocking it out of the park with an average ACT score of 26.4. That's one of the highest in the entire state. Then there's the Shawnee Mission School District. It's another top tier district that's just as impressive like Blue Valley. Shawnee Mission's graduation rates are stellar, 95% or higher, which really speaks to the district's commitment to student success. Their students are also performing exceptionally well on the ACT with an average score of 25.2. It's clear that these schools are setting students up for success in college and beyond. Let's not forget about Olathe and Spring Hill school districts. Both are highly regarded and contribute to the overall excellence in education that Overland Park is known for. For those thinking about higher education, Johnson County Community College is right here in the mix, providing fantastic opportunities for continuing education, whether you're looking to transfer to a 4-year university or develop skills for the workforce. Johnson County Community College is great for you. So whether you're focused on elementary through high school or looking ahead to college, Overland Park offers an education system that's hard to beat. But hold on, we're just getting started. Next up, we'll dive into another reason why Overland Park is an ideal place to call home. Our next pro is the thriving economy here in Overland Park. The city is really a powerhouse when it comes to economic stability and opportunity. Overland Park is part of the Kansas City metropolitan area, which means it benefits from a strong, diverse economy with low unemployment rates. That's great news if you're looking for, job security or even considering a career change. So what makes the economy here so strong? For starters, Overland Park is home to numerous corporate headquarters and offers a variety of job opportunities across several key industries, particularly like technology, healthcare, and finance. Just to name a few of the big players here, HCA Midwest, T-Mobile, Farrell Gas, Black & Veatch, and Blue Valley School Districts all have significant presence here. And that's just scratching the surface. You've also got United Health Group, SelectQuote, Shawnee Mission School District, Johnson County Community College, and Shamrock Trading Corporation. all of them providing solid employment opportunities right here in Overland Park. But it's not just about job availability. Overland Park has consistently ranked among the best cities for jobs, and it's even listed as one of the top 10 mid-sized cities for starting a career after college. Now that's a pretty impressive feat and a major draw for young professionals looking to build their futures. What's more, the cost of living here is relatively low compared to similar suburban areas, which means your paycheck stretches a little further. You're not just making a living here, you're enjoying a quality lifestyle with plenty of opportunities to grow. So, whether you're just starting out, looking to advance your career, or even thinking about starting your own business, Overland Park offers a thriving economic environment that's hard to beat. But hang tight, there's another reason coming up that might just seal the deal for you on why Overland Park is an incredible place to live. Our next pro is the abundant parks and green spaces that Overland Park has to offer. If you love the outdoors, this city is going to be right up your alley. Overland Park is home to a whopping 83 parks and open spaces. That's right, 83. So whether you're into hiking, biking, or just enjoying a peaceful afternoon in nature, there is something here for everyone. One of the crown jewels is the Overland Park Arboretum and Botanical Gardens. This place is absolutely stunning, offering miles of hiking trails, beautifully maintained gardens, and even interactive exhibits. It's the perfect spot to escape the hustle and bustle right here in your own backyard. But that's not all. The city has made sure that its parks are accessible and enjoyable year-round. In fact, 7 of the city's parks, Indian Creek Recreation Center, Quivira Park, Roe Park, Sapling Grove Park, South Lake Park, Strang Park, and Thompson Park all have heated restrooms that are open year-round. So whether it's a brisk fall day or the middle of winter, you can still enjoy these green spaces without worrying about where to find a restroom. From playgrounds and picnic areas to sports facilities and scenic walking paths, Overland Park's park system is truly designed with its residents in mind. It's one of those features that really enhances the quality of life here, offering plenty of opportunities for recreation, relaxation, and just enjoying the beauty of nature. So if you're someone who appreciates having plenty of outdoor options, Overland Park is going to feel like a little slice of paradise. But wait, there's still more to this city that you'll want to hear about. So stick around and let's go to the next pro. Our next pro is the cultural and entertainment options that Overland Park has to offer. Now, if you're someone who loves to have a variety of activities right at your fingertips, you're going to appreciate what this city has to offer. Overland Park boasts a rich cultural scene that's perfect for all ages. For the families out there, the Deanna Rose Children's Farmstead is an absolute gem. It's a fantastic place to spend a day with the kids or grandkids, offering everything from petting zoos to fishing ponds. It's like a little slice of country life right here in the middle of the city. We have brought our kids here, and now our grandkids love coming here as well. And so go check that out. And for the sports enthusiasts, you're gonna love Shields Overland Park Soccer Complex. Now, this isn't just any sports facility. It's been ranked as one of the top 10 soccer and lacrosse complexes in the country. Spanning 96 acres, it features 12 lighted fields, making it a hub for both local and regional tournaments. So whether you're playing just cheering on your favorite team or cheering on your kids, your grandkids, this place has got you covered. I remember many times coming here to cheer on my son when he was playing soccer, and now I hope that I get to cheer on my grandkids and hopefully they'll play there as well. But the fun doesn't stop there. Overland Park hosts some pretty great community events as well. One of the highlights is the Independence Day celebration at Corporate Woods. It's one of those events that really brings the community together with live music, food trucks, and an impressive fireworks display. It literally lights up the entire sky. It's one of the many ways that Overland Park keeps that community spirit alive and well, and it's free. We've enjoyed over the years going here for the celebration. The fireworks display is really some of the best I've ever seen. Let's not forget, living in Overland Park means you're gonna be, just a short drive away from all of the major sports events, concerts, and big city amenities that Kansas City has to offer. You get to enjoy the perks of, a quieter suburban life while still being close enough to catch a Chiefs game or see your favorite band in concert at, many of the facilities in and around the city. So if you're looking for a place with plenty to do and a vibrant cultural scene, Overland Park has you covered. But don't go anywhere yet. There's another great reason coming up that makes this city such a desirable place to live. I promised you a bonus pro, and this with the other pros definitely makes Overland Park one of the best places to live in the country. Our final pro is a bit of a bonus. It's the sports teams and the upcoming World Cup. Now, if you're a sports fan, living in Overland Park means you're right in the heart of the action. Thanks to Kansas City's major league teams, it is a blast being here. Let's start with football. Go Chiefs, right? The Kansas City Chiefs have a massive following, and Arrowhead Stadium is just like, a short drive from Overland Park. So whether you're tailgating before the game or, cheering from the stands or watching it from home, the energy is absolutely electric. Then there's baseball with the Kansas City Royals, catching a game at Kauffman Stadium with its iconic fountains and passionate fans. It's a summer tradition around here. And don't forget about soccer. Sporting KC is one of the top teams in Major League Soccer with home games that are just, always full of excitement and lots of fun. And speaking of soccer, we're gearing up for something truly special. Kansas City is one of the host cities for the 2026 World Cup. That's right, the world's biggest sporting event is coming to our backyard, and it's going to be an incredible experience for the whole region. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to see some of the best teams in the world compete, and you can be part of it just by living here in Overland Park in Kansas City. But it doesn't stop there. We've also got the Kansas City Kern in the National Women's Soccer League, playing at the new stadium down at Berkeley Riverfront Park. Then you've got the Kansas City Mavericks for the hockey fans, bringing the heat inside of their league. And so whether you're into football, baseball, soccer, hockey, Overland Park puts you close to all the action. And with the World Cup on the horizon, it's an exciting time to be a sports fan in this area. So as you can see, there are definitely more pros than cons. And now you know why Overland Park is one of the top 10 cities to live in, not only in Kansas, but in the entire country. And if you live in Overland Park and I missed something, or you would love to share what you experienced with others that you enjoyed Overland Park with, please leave a comment as well. We welcome as much feedback as possible. I hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to send us an email, give us a call, or schedule a Zoom with us. All of our information is in the description box below. We'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Kansas City and the surrounding areas like Overland Park, Kansas. And with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. And until the next time, we hope to see you around town.